Okay, rally fans, here we are again with a very historic rally car. This is the Lancia Stratos HF from 1977's Monte Carlo race. And it's actually a secret chase version from this brand Cms. Here's the box if you're interested. There's two cars here on this side, and then there's four cars on this side as far as the collection goes. And excuse me, if you see here, it says Lancia Part 4. So I would assume there's at least 24 of these different models from this brand. Also, we see the price, which is cool, 998 yen, which is around 10 bucks. So we get an idea of what kind of value we got there. Unfortunately, this company no longer exists, to my understanding. It's a shame. Okay, so in that box was this thing. This blister actually protects the plastic case, and then the plastic case is protecting the car. So it's pretty smart, I guess, of this brand. So it has even this little thing to keep the car from popping off the base if it gets unscrewed for some reason. This base is a little messed up, but that's my fault. The black part was so jammed into the crystal case that I used pliers and it snapped this plastic off because it's pretty old. Okay, so let's get into this model here. I'm a really big fan of this car. It's just so crazy looking. It was designed by Marcello Gandini, who has also designed the Lamborghini Miura, and he was working on the Countach at the time that he designed this. So he's designed many supercars. So this uses a mid-mounted V6 engine from the Ferrari Dino. So it's a 2.4 liter back here, and it was making around 190 horsepower. So it's published, but I think a lot of these rally cars were running a lot higher horsepower. They just weren't publishing them. Okay, so the car itself had a steel space frame structure, and then it had a roll cage integrated into it, and then the bodywork was fiberglass. I would have never guessed that. I would have thought it would have been steel or something like that, or aluminum perhaps. But anyways, interesting tidbit of information. This was the very first car specifically designed for rally racing, so Wikipedia tells me. So that's why it's allowed to look so crazy, I guess, because it was only designed for racing. They still had to sell like 500 cars to the general public to meet racing criteria, so homologation. They ended up making, I guess, 492 of them. So, and this was supposed to be racing in the Group 4 class. And it started racing in 1974 and was extremely successful because it won the WRC championship that year, as well as 1975 and in 1976. It may have even won more, but the Fiat Group, the parent company, was starting to push the Fiat 131, and so this started to wane off. And the last victory for this car was in 1981 at the Tour de Corsa. Okay, so you've kind of seen a little bit, but let's get into the actual reviewing here. So you got these giant taillights here, and they look pretty nice. This license plate is correct to the car that won this race. And one thing I found interesting is look at the exhaust tips. Why is this one longer than that? I don't know, but if you look at this photo here, it does look like one tip is longer than the other. So maybe they're special baffles or something to increase the back pressure or something, or maybe release back pressure. I'm not really sure. Anyways, so you got the mud effect here. It's pretty well done. It does look like a dirty car. Let's see, we got the Cms wheels here, and there's is there light passing between the spokes? Let me get the flashlight out. Yeah, all right. So it does seem like they're hollow. Yeah, okay. It's hard to tell sometimes on these through my camera screen. You'll notice there's really small mud guards there. I didn't even notice that when I pulled it out of the box, but they're there. And then you got some tread pattern here, a very plain bottom. It's quite a bit of a stagger on the tires, which makes sense. Again, it's specifically designed for rallying. And this is a rear-wheel drive car. This is before all-wheel drive came in, so more traction in the back. The printing's all right. There is a little bit of green missing here, but what's nice is all this printing is not decals; they're tampo prints, so they should stay good for the foreseeable future. On the front, we got some silver paint, orange paint for the blinkers, and then we got 6 plastic lights, so that's really nice. All right, look at the domed effect there. They're really dimensional, of course. Okay, so then the top view, we got this molded in wiper blade and it's painted black. The Rally Monte Carlo printing looks pretty nice. There, yep, there we go. And then we got some ribbing here on the hood. Unfortunately, it looks like there might be some blister there. Maybe it's a paint rash or something developing, so that's a shame. There is a hole here. There's an antenna that I'm gonna have to put in on my own. And then it looks like there's some blistering here on the roof as well, so it's too bad. It's an old model though, I think. I'm not sure exactly how old, but and then usually CMs has seat belts, so let's see if we can see. Yeah, look at that. So there's some, and this printing on the seat belts, I would imagine that must say say belt. I can't tell through my camera screen. There's a bit of distortion on the glass as well. So that's good detail. Alright, so yeah, continuing around the top back here. What is this? Oh, they're actually bumps here. Maybe they're like safety latches for this panel. But unfortunately, the red paint isn't covering that bump very well. Now, what is this graphic here in the wing? Let's see, can we focus? Campion del Mundo. Okay, I don't know what that is, but sponsor of some sort. Okay, so all in all, I'm okay with this model. I mean, the paint rash is a bit of a letdown, but I have a suspicion this is an old model, like at least 10 years old, but I might be totally wrong. If anyone knows when this series came out, please leave a comment. But I had to get it because when I think about rally racing, this is one of the cars that I think about. It's usually actually, at least from this era, it's Lancia's, right? Lancia was dominating in the 1970s. So, okay, well, let's pan out and compare it to the photos of the real thing. I'll get Mr. Spins here. And I made a new CD coaster specifically for this model. I love this model so much. So here we go in the winter. It's rallying around. Before this model, I actually bought this other CMs. This is a blue version, and it's from the Rally Monte Carlo 1978. And so it's very similar in its casting. It's pretty much identical, I think. It's just the color scheme is a little bit different. Unfortunately, this blue car only came in 7th place, so not a really successful driver. No offense to whoever drove this. Okay, so, and then the last car I have, I actually picked up at a flea market. This is an old Tomica. Let's see, this is cast from 1977, 1/57 scale, and still made in Japan. So, but obviously it's been played with a lot. But see, this is the beauty of Tampo printing. They're quite durable. If these were decals, I'm sure they would have flaked off long before, you know, a long time ago. But Tampo prints last a long time, right? It's literally paint. So, all right, let's take this blue one off and just kind of compare the two. So we have 4 decades, at least 3 decades of advancement in scale models. So you can see the Tomica. Well, I can see that the Tomica is much bigger because it is a different scale, of course. But it actually does have a molded-in wiper blade. It's got a red interior, and then the molding details are kind of there. It's got some sort of license plate molded back there. The wheels are pretty miserable, though. But you know, remember, it's over 4 decades ago, so I'm okay with it. I picked it up cheap, so I'm pretty happy I even have that one. But really, I just love these CMs rally cars. They're such historic race vehicles. If you like rallying, you know, I suggest you pick these up before they become super, super expensive. Okay, I'll see you guys around. I guess like in this left photo, it's time for me to drift away.